This is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV for Thursday, February 8th, 2024. I'm Derek Gilbert. If you're watching us on YouTube, God bless you. Please subscribe, click the bell for notifications, and then stay tuned after the break to find out how to make sure we never get canceled. Topic number 5 today. No deal for Hamas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said Wednesday he was not giving in to Hamas's delusional ceasefire demands because they wouldn't lead to the release of the hostages still being held in Gaza, but would instead lead to another attack like the one that left 1,400 Israelis dead on October 7th. Israeli officials said that Hamas had asked for the release of all women, children under the age of 18, and men over the age of 50 being held in Israeli prisons. We're talking Palestinian Arabs now, of course. Men over the age of 50, of course, would include all of the senior leadership of Hamas currently being held by Israel. Hamas also demanded the release of 1,500 additional prisoners, 1,500 additional men aged 18 to 50 who were convicted of killing Israelis. This is a bad deal. The group wanted to pick 500 of them, including those sentenced to life in prison. This basically would be releasing some of the most dangerous people in or near Israel's borders. And of course, Netanyahu can't say yes to this. Israeli officials also said Hamas demanded that Israel allow Palestinian civilians to return to their homes during the first phase of the deal and for a full Israeli withdrawal from Gaza in the second phase of the agreement. Netanyahu said Hamas demands are crazy. Now, I know it's a difficult situation for Netanyahu. If you're a family member whose husband, wife, mother, daughter is being held hostage by Hamas, you would move heaven and earth if it were in your power to get them back. But as Netanyahu said, releasing 1,500 convicted murderers in order to secure peace in Gaza, that's just not going to happen. Topic number 4. Polish farmers joined the rebellion. We've been telling you about the European farmers protesting against Green New Deal policies in Europe, plus the flood of cheap grain coming in from Ukraine because of the disruption in global supply chains. Well, Poland now. Farmers in Poland set to join the continent-wide revolt against the European Union by launching a massive nationwide strike and blockade of key roadways later this week. Farmers' protests are happening all over Europe, multiple different countries, mainly protesting the EU's green agenda, but also the disruption in their incomes caused by the flood of grain from Ukraine. Ukraine is really the breadbasket of the world, but much of its grain would go to the Levant, the Middle East, and to Africa. And because they can't get ships out into the Black Sea now, that grain is going north and west into Europe, where other farmers in other parts of Europe can't compete, especially because Ukraine is not being compelled to comply with the same climate agenda as the rest of the EU. Topic number 3, that leads to this, the climate scam. The Daily Caller reports that some of the wealthiest and most liberal enclaves in the United States have been designated as low income by the Biden administration, so they qualify for an electric vehicle charger subsidy that's embedded in the Inflation Reduction Act. Again, another piece of legislation that proves when you want to know what a bill does, read the title and assume it does the opposite. The administration's EV charger tax credit program, which was part of the Inflation Reduction Act, specifically designed to route subsidies to low-income or non-urban areas of the country. I can tell you, having lived in a rural county in southwest Missouri for 9 years now, I have yet to see, I'm not exaggerating, I have yet to see a single electric vehicle in our county in 9 years. Why? Because there's no chargers here. It would be foolish to own an electric vehicle here. Completely useless. Anyway, the EV charger program, instead of going to low-income neighborhoods in our cities and going to rural America, are in fact going to places like Montauk, Fisher's Island in New York, Martha's Vineyard. These are areas that are now being classified for the purpose of the legislation as low income to defray the cost of the chargers for the people who are actually rich enough to afford electric vehicles. Other wealthy areas that can take advantage of the loophole include a 3-block zone in New York's Upper East Side, Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, just a few blocks from Joe Biden's office, and Fisher's Island, New York, which is an enclave known as a hangout for old money like the Rockefellers, the Roosevelts, and the DuPonts. Here's also large swaths of San Francisco, areas of Beverly Hills. I mean, these are not areas that need the subsidies, but they're the ones who've got the friends passing the laws to get them the subsidies. It is a scam, not just a cult, it is a scam, a wealth transfer from us to them. Topic number 2, missing the point entirely. A mother at a school, Christian school, private Christian school in Florida, has been banned from parking on the school property because the back window of her SUV has a great big decal advertising her OnlyFans page. Now, if you've not heard of OnlyFans, well, good for you. It is a website that allows independent content creators, independent pornographic content creators, to create and market their homegrown porn and make money from it. In this case, I'm not going to name her name or the school because I don't want to, embarrass or humiliate anyone. But 35-year-old young lady, I mean, it's okay, 35, that's young to me, told the New York Post she is now forced to walk her children across a busy street to get them to class. And again, she seems to feel that she's persecuted here, that some parents want her family expelled from the school. Now, this young lady previously worked in assisted living facilities and as a beautician. God bless her. I mean, those are respectable careers, don't necessarily pay a whole lot. But 3 years ago, she and her husband decided to launch an OnlyFans page, and now they clear up to $20,000 a month. Well, yeah, that is the way things go when you walk that wide path. She says, justifying herself now, "It's just me and my husband. No one else is brought in. We were always into cameras in the bedroom, so we said, hey, let's make some money off this." Now, again, she's totally missing the point here. I mean, she is seeing a business that brings in $20,000 a month, or up to $20,000 a month, but she's advertising a business that explicitly draws predominantly men into a virtual relationship, but a relationship nonetheless, that Jesus himself, the one who we ostensibly follow when we call ourselves Christian, as fornication or adultery. Jesus said, if you lust after another woman and you're married, I mean, it's not like adultery, it is adultery. That is the standard of righteousness that our Savior expects us to meet. This young lady doesn't seem to grasp this concept. A fellow parent who is a TikTok parenting influencer with more than 220,000 followers told the New York Post that school administration has refused to address the complaints about the decal, for example, that it promotes pornography on school grounds. In fact, according to the Post, one young man was expelled from the school for looking up her website on his phone on school property. And yet she's allowed to continue bringing the kids to school. Just don't park where, people can see it. Looks bad. Again, this is really missing the point on two counts. First of all, why is this young woman and her husband sending their children to a Christian school when they clearly have a problem with the biblical standards of morality? I mean, not to mention the fact that they're subjecting their kids to a lot of unwanted attention. Hey, you see Johnny over there? Do you know his mom is the one who does the thing on the internet? And secondly, why is the school even hesitating on this? If you're not comfortable with the biblical standard of morality, you really should look for another place to educate your children. It seems to me the answer on both sides here is money. The love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. She sees an income of up to $200,000 a year or more. The school sees more tuition. Coming up, Nikki Haley loses to none of the above. That's next on 5 and 10.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to make you aware of an opportunity to get 3 DVDs right now in the brand new Silent Pandemic collection. Now, this collection includes 3 DVDs. So let's back up just for a second. First, you're going to receive the brand new DVD, Viral Defense, evidence-based methodology for optimizing your immunity against COVID-19, long COVID, spike proteins, and future viral outbreaks, along with the new DVD, Fight Back Against Alzheimer's, Dementia, MCI, and Cognitive Decline. But you're also going to receive the over 5-hour DVD, my classic Time Bomb, which features off-the-record interviews with professionals in healthcare, Dr. Matthew Sams, Dr. Ralph Umbriaco, Dr. Josh Vance, and contains the original interview with my father from a couple of years ago, where he actually talked about how he reversed his type 2 diabetes with natural supplementation and change to lifestyle. All three of these DVDs actually total almost 10 hours for those interested in improving their gut health, their overall immunity, learning how to watch labels and how to better navigate grocery stores, what is going on with spike proteins and shed spike protein residues, all of this anomalistic stuff that's happening out there in the stratosphere. But if you're one who does not have a DVD player, this is something I've learned over the last year or so. There's a lot of people migrating away from DVD. So Skywatch TV is also going to take this occasion to let you know that moving forward, as often as we can, which hopefully is each time we have a guest with a DVD or we put one out ourselves, we're also going to ask you to go to skywatchtv.com/stream for the streaming options. Now, this will get you out of having to pay for shipping. If you're a person who doesn't want the DVD sitting on a shelf somewhere, you're not a collector, you don't need the physical copy, but you want to see the content. So if you want the DVD copies of all three of these right now while supplies last, you can get the Silent Pandemic Collection in physical copy for your donation of $35 plus shipping and handling. But if you want to stream these, go to skywatchtv.com/stream. You will see a couple of different options. First, you can stream just Fight Back Against Alzheimer's for $15, or you can stream the Viral Defense DVD by itself for $20, or you can stream all three, which total the 10 hours that I just mentioned on all of the above, for only $20 right now in a special Silent Pandemic bundle right now.
Item number one today, I mean, you can't make this up. Nikki Haley failed to win the Nevada Republican presidential primary Tuesday night, even though she wasn't really running against anyone else. The leading vote getter in Tuesday night's Nevada Republican primary was none of these candidates. See, Donald Trump wasn't on the ballot. In Nevada, you can choose to either participate in the primary or you can go to the caucuses. And the caucuses is where the delegates are allocated, and the delegates are what you need at the convention to get the nomination to run as the party's nominee. So Trump is participating in the caucus, not the primary. Nikki Haley was the only candidate still officially in the primary, and yet Republicans turned out and voted, 60% voting for none of these candidates. Ambassador Haley got about 30% of the vote. Again, you just have to wonder at this point, who is writing the checks to keep Nikki Haley in the Republican race? That would answer a lot of questions, wouldn't it? Well, Skywatch TV launching its spring virtual conference, Countering the Darkness. This is going to go live on February 29th through February 15th. When you sign up, you get a $10 early bird discount. This conference features the last conference presentation by Dr. Tom Horn. He recorded it last fall before he took ill. And so you'll get an opportunity to see that here alongside presentations from just an elite group of world-class presenters. I recorded mine, got mine edited last night, going to upload that to the Dropbox this afternoon, talking about Hamas, Molech, and Armageddon. And again, in addition to 24 cutting-edge presentations, you get access to all 6 Skywatch Films feature-length documentaries. Find out more and register today. Again, take advantage of the $10 early bird discount by signing up before February 15th, and you can do that at defenderconference.com, defenderconference.com. All of us know someone, and perhaps even have a family member, dealing with the ravages of dementia, Alzheimer's. It's affecting my family, a couple of generations now, in fact. Joe Horn has put together some really beneficial information, made it available in streaming video format. That is the subject of this week and next week's programs on Skywatch TV. What can you do about it outside the constraints of traditional Western medicine? Don't miss these programs. Again, this hits close to home for a lot of us. You can watch the program right now, skywatchtv.com. Our website has all of our video content there all the time. You can also go to our Apple TV or Roku channels. It's on YouTube, the new YouTube channel for the main program at Skywatch TV now, rumble.com/Skywatch TV, or best of all, bypass the gatekeepers. Guarantee we never get canceled by downloading our free mobile app. Now, you don't have to watch on a small screen. When the video content is on your smartphone or tablet, you can cast it if you've got a relatively recent smart TV, many of us do, using Google's Chromecast or Apple's AirPlay. In other words, wirelessly send the program to the big screen, and again, it's on your mobile device, but you don't have to watch it on the little screen. You can find out more at our website, skywatchtv.com. We've got links there to the app stores for the iOS, Android, and Amazon Kindle Fire phone and tablet versions of the app. You can also get it for Roku and Apple TV, as mentioned. But the mobile app does have some additional features that you'll find very, very useful, including a calendar of upcoming events. And please take advantage of it. It's a way to guarantee we never get canceled. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is 5 in 10 from Skywatch TV.